Hey Aaron. So let's take a look at this guy. You got a lot of good stuff going on and a lot of stuff that kind of needs to be fixed up. The first thing is we need to examine this face. You can tell that it's not how it should be right now. I think the biggest thing that it's missing are the eyes and the mouth. So let me hide your dude. I'm literally going to take the teeth and the gums and the eyes, remove them from my reference layer. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good start there. So good job on that. But you didn't bring in the eyes and teeth with this character. All right, so let's bring that in. And you can just immediately see what's wrong with your mouth, right? It doesn't follow the curvature of the teeth. So let's look at this mouth, this body, and let's fix it up some. So I'm going to grab these mesh tools. The grab tool is going to be really nice. Oh, wow, that's huge. And you know what? Before that, though, I'm going to go ahead and just grab my sculpting tool, pull down. Before that, let's get in and smooth out around the mouth because it's not got the best shape right now. All right, so we'll start. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm laughing. It reminds me of like, oh, got his bottom lips are coming out. It just reminds me of an old cartoon I used to watch. Uh, or Wallace and Gromit. It's Wallace and Gromit mouth. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, so let's grab it and let's start. Let's start shaping the mouth around our teeth. You can. It already looks a million times better just by doing this, right? And let's smooth it out. I want to kind of bring this out and in. Maybe pull back the whole face a little bit. Oh, too much, too crazy. All right, and then why don't we bring out this top lip, push in our bottom lip some. All right, very nice. And what we need to do is we need to kind of get these mouth corners to kind of pinch together a little bit. So I'm going to grab my pinch tool and we'll start getting them to come together a little bit. And then I'm going to relax and smooth, pinch some more, relax, smooth. Then we'll get my grab tool, and there we go. A lot better, huh? All right. And notice how I've kind of just smoothed it down so it looks like the bottom of the nose just is one continuous piece around the lips. That's where we want to start. Okay? That's where we want to start. And then I'm just kind of getting my bulge tool. I like using bulge to build up masses. I'm going to come in here and under the nose probably needs to be pulled out a little bit. Smooth it out. There's just not enough meat on this nose right now. So this bulge tool will help fix that. So first of all, let's bulge that little bridge underneath our nose. Let's get that doing something. Now the topology's fighting against us a little bit, but that's okay. We'll fight back. My relax tool. Whoa. This model does not like relax. Chugging. I see what you're having. Your topology from your base mesh, having this weird intersection of a bunch of these faces right here, is biting you in the ass right now. That's why you're getting that weird shape. I might go back to your doll mesh and re-examine how the nose works right there, because it's just messing up our geometry. All right. And yeah, we can have a sharp nose for sure. But at the same time, let's make sure we adhere to some kind of anatomical standards. So my bulge tool will go in. And I need more power. Oh, too much power. 0.5. And if we go to our fall off, yeah, I'm going to make my fall off. I like getting a really steep declining curve there. Yeah, this is just another area where all the geometry meets in at a weird intersection, and it's always just going to cause you issues with how, you can sculpt out these shapes. So topology is not all there. When we first did our initial face rings, when we were doing our face, you got the ones around the eyes, but you're missing the goggle ones that start from the brow, come around, and reconnect up on top of the nose. So it's really hamstringing your character right now. But we'll make the most of what we got. You know what? I think I need my curve to be more like this. We'll just click some X's on some of these. There we go. That's what I want. And then I'll just point 1 instead. So you got to think of your lip as less of like a separate piece of flesh on your face, and more of just a continuation of the face. And it's easy to kind of pick up on the landmarks that we know, like how the lip has like this little dip right there, and then exaggerate them too much. Don't be too on the nose about it. 0.05 strength on the bulge. And then we'll smooth it out. And then build it back up. Smooth it out. Build it up a little bit. Smooth it out. It's a little tedious, but every time you go in and refine and smooth, it just gets closer and closer. Sorry. Same thing up here. And that's more what we're kind of looking for here. The lips just kind of flow in with the face. And then if you wanted to build that little sharpness to the lip, what it actually needs to be, instead of back here, it needs to be on the front. Like right here. So I'm using the pinch tool. And I'm bringing in the topology right here. And you can see by pinching that line right there, we're starting to get that separation of the lip that we like to see. And lastly, for the head, I'd probably just decrease the size of these eyeballs a little bit. You don't want to have them too surprised looking, right? All right. And now we're getting something that looks a little bit better. of this chin needs to be pulled up a little bit. And I'm seeing like these kind of, you may want to go in with your relaxed brush or your smooth brush and kind of smooth out this forehead, because I kind of feel like there's these two ridges running right here with it. Yeah, you can see them. You can see them working. That already looks a ton better, doesn't it? All right, and the pants right here, we need to work on these on this crotch here. Grab your grab tool, and we don't want this much of a thigh gap. Trust me, it just looks weird. All right, so we'll just close in the gap right here. We'll make his shorts a little bit more baggy right there. 100 times better, right? Yeah. All right. And your shoes, not bad. I'd probably grab these edge rings and make them a little bit thicker. We'll just scale out these edge loops one at a time, because these are like shoes, right? So it needs a little bit of something there, right? That looks a lot better, right? And I would definitely come in and kind of use the relax brush to even out the topology, relax and smooth right here. And you get a little bit more regular looking shoes. And the heels are a little bit too thin. It looks like we got some, yeah. So I'm just going to go in and I can hand do this. Just to make them a little bit wider. Really, they kind of need to be pulled back some. I'm going to grab that one vert, hold down B, increase my soft selection, and there we go. So get something closer to that. And your hands are a little bit like sausages. They don't really have much of a identity going on. You know, you can at least go in and bulge out the knuckles a little bit. Just subtle stuff. But it's the kind of stuff somebody will look at your model and be like, something's not quite right here. You know, you can't just settle for, well, it's okay. No, you gotta be your worst critic or your own biggest critic. See how the bulge tool just inflate those fingertips? Look how much more life this hand has now, right? I mean, wow, what a difference it makes. And I'm just inflating the fat parts of the fingers. That's really all it is. I feel like this whole hand needs to be a little bit chunkier, especially this thumb area. I'm going to use my grab tool because it needs to be more like up here. Right? Oh, his thumb's broken. His thumb is broken. All right, so this, without the proper anatomy, somebody wouldn't know exactly what's going on. How does this thumb bend? So the fingernail's right here. So the knuckles need to kind of come down this way. The thumb is pretty meaty at the base. Just look at your own hand a little bit. I'll go with that hair, and the hat looks pretty good. The sideburns, I might bring back a little bit on the head with my soft select tool on. I can do that pretty easily. Yeah, those sideburns are way too thick. I'm going to make them skinnier, going back a little bit, and we'll use the rotate tool. There we go. Doesn't that look a lot better? And I think that probably needs to come up a little bit too. And this needs to come down in the back for sure. So just a little bit of refinement here and there. Of course, that probably need to spend more time with it than that. And this booty. Since we messed with the leg a little bit, maybe give it a little bit more mass. To that area as well. Very cool. So this is kind of like a rival organization like Team Rocket, right? Dude, you need to give this guy checkerboard pants. For some reason, I feel like that's what he needs. And don't be afraid to maybe sculpt some socks into the high poly. As for your body, think about this. You really only need to have the mesh that'll be visible. Let's do an inverse selection. I'm gonna just do a quick job, but you know, you can delete that stuff underneath the shirt, right? To do a better job in selecting the faces. Probably the easiest way to do it would be, let's select these faces. So to select an edge ring, click once, then hold down shift and double click the face next to it. Oh wait, we probably need these. And then, you know what? I'm gonna grab the edge ring that you can't see. Yeah, and then we'll delete it out. So I deleted those faces. This is for your low poly model. You know what? I think I need to do this one. And I'll delete those out. So there's rings of faces missing there. And you can even come down all the way down here. Now I'm going to grab most of those faces in the midsection. Since I deleted those face rings, I'm going to hold down shift and greater than or less than. We'll shrink and grow our selection. But it will stop where we deleted those faces. You can just delete those out because they're going to be covered by our little accoutrement. Same thing for the foot, right? So delete those faces, those ring of faces, and we can grow up our selection on our base mesh foot and get rid of it. I know I left some faces behind. And and that's kind of how I would go with all this stuff. All right. Thanks for watching, Chris, or Aaron.